The sister, when she goes to the masjid, when she goes to the national convention, when she's at the MSA, what does she hear? The Prophet ﷺ said, the best of you are those who are the best to their wives, and I'm the best of you to his wives. Okay, very good. Again, do I have a problem with that? Not at all. Not at all. There are some women who don't need to be hearing that. Do you know why? Because she's already dishonoring her husband. She's already not giving her husband's rights. She's already being a wretched woman or a wretched wife. The last thing she needs to hear is, oh, the best of you who are the... And she turns to her husband. He's like, I'm doing everything already. What are you talking about? He's already doing everything, right? The same way, not everybody needs to hear about the mercy of Allah. Why? Some people need to hear about the wrath of Allah so they can wake up a bit. Do you guys see where I'm going with this? There are some women that need to hear that, hey, you not honoring your husband comes with grave consequences in your akhirah if you do intend on being married. And this is, I think, very, very problematic. There's a saying that says your partner brings out the best in you, or they can bring out the worst in you. Do you guys know this, right? The Prophet ﷺ, do you guys know how easy it was for him to say that? Like, when you're married to a woman who's dishonoring you, who's stepping over you. So the Prophet ﷺ, it's easy for him. But I find it oversimplistic for a woman to come today who doesn't respect her husband, who doesn't honor her husband, who's talking about her husband, who doesn't listen to her husband. Basically, him being around or not around is the same. He says, hey, whatever, please. You're not going to tell me what to do. You're not going to tell me what to dress. Who are you? You're not my dad. Who are you to judge? And the list goes on, right? The Prophet ﷺ did not have to do with any of this. So the Prophet ﷺ can easily say that he was the best to his wives. Why? Because they brought out the best in him, and he brought out the best in them. I find it overly simplistic for a woman to come today, oh, look at how the Prophet treated his wives. Okay, how did his wives treat him? It's easy to say that the messenger was the greatest man to his wives, but I got a question for you. How were his wives to him? He was an honorable man. They were honorable women, but I find it too easy, right? You get off the hook too easily when you're not being an honorable person yourself, and then you say, oh, but the Prophet was the best to his wives. You're bringing out the best in this man, but then you're trying to compare your situation to the situation of the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ.